First off, I like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth from around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this your brother Dawaba from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming right back at you with a little lesson. And as you see on my phone screen here, I got the Young Turks, TYT. And as you see the title of their video, thousands are volunteering to get Elon Musk's brain chip implanted. And she's going to make a few points in here. And I'm going to get a scripture real quick before I play it. But she's going to make a few points in here. And around a minute and 30 second mark, she's going to make a point. Or a minute and 25 second mark, she's going to make a point. And see, there lies the thing. You have many people that are lining up to get this thing because they think it's the greatest thing on the planet. But then you're going to have some that's going to sit up here and line up because they think it's going to add, they think it's going to sit up here and help them do this or help them be able to walk and stuff like that. And hey, that's why this devil is coming with this great trickery, man. He's coming with this great, this deceitfulness, and he's going to trick a lot of people into taking this damn thing, man. A lot of people going to take this thing to their destruction. And we talking about you so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans. So with that, man, before I sit up here and play that, let me go ahead and go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. And I'm going to start I'm going to go straight to the point. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now let it will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And that's going to the wicked. Who's the wicked? Esau, Edom. Pursuant to Malachi chapter 1 and verse 3 and 4. You know, that's Esau, Edom. That's the wicked, you know. And he's being revealed in this time. How is he being revealed, man? Through this truth. The men of the Lord out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth, man. He's being revealed. He's being consumed with this truth. But how is he going to be destroyed with the brightness of his coming? That's going to be those nuclear weapons, the nuclear missiles, the nuclear warheads. You know, when the day of the Lord, when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, when he sent his only begotten son to destroy this place, to get his elect and destroy this place, man. But here's the point. This 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. And see, that's the thing. All power, signs, and lying wonders. See, people going to be looking at this chip and looking at what it does and all the things. Oh, it can make me smarter. Oh, it can help me walk. You know, or it can make me stronger. However it's going to be played out. People are going to look at these things and guess what? They're going to get screwed, man. They're going to get screwed. You know? They're going to get screwed. But here's the other point in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And that's going to be a lot of thing, man. A lot of people going to be destroyed, man, because here it is. Instead of sitting up here relying on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, instead of listening to the prophets out there on the highways and byways, they decide to sit up here and do their own things. You know, they didn't want this truth. They didn't want to receive the love of his truth. They want to sit up here and go after their own lust. They want to sit up here and put their trust in these damn devils, put their trust in Egypt. You know, put their trust in America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, instead of putting their trust in the Lord, and they're going to be destroyed. A lot of our people are going to take that sea hip. And guess what? It's going to be to their destruction. So with that, man, let me sit up here and let this play.
Elon Musk's brain chip implant startup is actually gearing up to begin human trials. And guess what? People are actually lining up to be some of the first lucky test subjects. So Musk's company Neuralink is seeking a volunteer for its first clinical trial. There is surgery involved. So if you're excited about this, just make sure you know all the details. So they're looking for someone who's willing to have a chunk of their skull removed by a surgeon. So a large robot can insert a series of electrodes and super thin wires into their brain. What could go wrong? It sounds great. Now, Neuralink's implant sits invisibly beneath the scalp, flush with the skull. It's also packed with enough computing horsepower to handle jobs well beyond think and click. Oh my God, it's gonna help people work harder? That's amazing. please take a piece of my skull out so you can implant this thing into my head, into my brain. In the near-ish future, the idea is to enable high-speed typing as well as seamless use of a cursor. Neuralink has also been working on a complementary spinal implant intended to restore movement and sensation in paralyzed people. Like, that last part's great. I'm here for it. I like that last part. So props to Elon Musk for wanting to pursue that. But chips implanted in our brains to make us work harder, not into that. We don't need it. Please keep that technology to yourself. More on the specifics. Once a human surgeon cuts a hole in a patient's skull, a robot performs the ultra delicate task of placing the electrode laced wires, which Neuralink calls threads, into the brain. The robot has cameras, sensors, and a tiny laser milled needle that it hooks into a loop at the end of each thread. One by one, the needle pushes the 64 threads, each lined with 16 electrodes, into the brain, all while carefully dodging blood vessels. What?
So, I'm not gonna play no more of this, but hey, just to sit up here and say, hey, guess what? A lot of people are going to sit up here and take this because they think it's going to improve them. They think it's going to help them. They don't have to carry IDs. They can sit up here and a person who might be paralyzed could be able to walk, be able to feel sensation. And even she sit up here and said, look what she said. She said, I'm with that. I'm with it if it's a person. See, they're going to be people that's going to fall for the okie doke and they're going to get fucked over. So with that, let me sit up here and grab, first I'm going to grab Revelations. Because a lot of people, hey, lining up for their own destruction, man. Lining up for their own destruction. That's exactly what they're doing, lining up for their own destruction. This is Revelations 13 and 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive the MARK in their right hand or in their foreheads. And look at that. They talk about pulling it out. See, and this is another thing. They talk about in your head. So people are willing to sit up here and get pieces of their brain cut just to put this in their head. And she said they lining up for it. That's insane. But this is Revelations 13 and 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the MARK or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, which is 666. And so there you go. A lot of people going, and they say people are lining up. So you lining up for a robot to stick some shit in your head, some electrodes and some computer chip. This is what you're doing, And guess what? People lining up, thinking it's the greatest thing on the planet, thinking it's the new fad. And they lining up for their destruction. And see, and here's the point. Just so you can understand, you are lining up for your destruction. This is Revelations 14 and 8. This is Revelations 14 and 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all the nations drink of the wine of her wrath and of her fornication. Yeah, all these nations sit up here and follow America's doctrine and all their bullshit and sit up here and drink that wine. Sit up here and followed all the bullshit that they laws, and sit up here and implemented bullshit from America. But now these nations are getting angry. But with that being said, this is Revelations 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive the MARK in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So hey, if you sit up here and take that MARK, if you sit up here and put that C-hip in your brain, if you sit up here and put it in your hand, and this time it says hand or forehead, you're going to get fucked up. You're going to be destroyed. If you're a so-called black, Latino, or Native American, you're going to get the fucking judgment of the heathens. If you put that in your goddamn head, if you put it in your hand, no matter where you put it, you put a chip inside you, you're going to be fucked. Point blank, period. And then it says it plain and clearly right here. If you the image, if you worship the system, You know, you worship that image, which is the system. You put that M-A-R-K in your hand. You sit up here, put your trust in the damn country. You're going to be destroyed. Point blank, period. And it can't get no plainer. But with that, I thought that was kind of interesting. I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and Anya Ahab Atham Akim. Shalom.